Hello again there, YouTube fans. This is the Real Creepy Doll Man here. I'm back with an all-new episode. It is July the 27th of 2022. Time is now 11:10 p.m. Okay, this marks the 5th anniversary of Annabelle, the possessed doll, made her first big debut here on YouTube on July the 27th of 2017 by her owner. The Real Creepy Doll Man brought her here as an exclusive for all the YouTube fans and all you diehard Real Creepy Doll Man fans to see. In our communications and in our investigations with both me and the Real Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr., we found the name of the female spirit that is attached to this Raggedy Ann Nickelblocker's ragdoll. Her name is Annabelle. Now, Annabelle didn't give us a last name, so a last name will be unknown. Annabelle gave us very little detail how she lived her life just before she died. But sad to say, Annabelle didn't give us a description of what race she is. So race will be unknown at this very time. But Annabelle did give us her age. She is 666 years old. In conclusion, that this is not a human spirit, but an inhuman spirit, meaning a demonic spirit, or you can call it a demon. Or could this be the devil himself pretending to be a female spirit to trick both me and the Real Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr., and also lying to me and the Real Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr., and pretending to be what it's not supposed to be? So that you have to be the judge. Me, all the fans will have to be the judge. But I'm going to say that there is such a thing as Satan does exist, because the Bible speaks the truth of that. Whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter if you don't go to church or not, whether you are an atheist or if you're a Catholic, Christian, Jew, Muslim, or even Buddhist. I'm going to say this that is not going to be mentioned in the last video. Whether you're religious or not, the Bible does speak there is a Satan. And I can tell you this, he goes by many names. But I can tell you, if he uses a false name or anything else, his number actually proves that he does exist. Now, all these devil worshippers today out there will also lie and say there is no Satan. But in fact, they are liars themselves. They do exist, and they do communicate somehow and keep a hush-hush on what reality is, and they keep a low profile, and they dress just like you or me. But let's go back to reality. This is the 5th anniversary of Annabelle. My Annabelle is totally different than the one that sits in Warner's museum. Mine is also a real Annabelle, a real possessed doll. And I can tell you, we have to communicate with the spirit. Whether this is a female spirit or not, I believe it may not be a female spirit. For all we know, we could have been talking to the devil himself, but it is hard to say what have we been talking to. So, in fact, in communicating with our spirit friends, part 2, we done off record, and then we had made an error. We had been talking to this spirit. So who the hell have we been talking to? We do not know. So that remains a mystery, who this spirit is. And if this is the devil himself trying to pretend to be a female spirit, the devil can be whatever it wants to be. See, it can become physical, meaning it can take a physical form. It can be flesh, or it can be spirit. The devil can be whatever it wants to be. It can be a man, woman, child, or even take a possession and become a spirit and maybe dwell into a doll and become a doll. Who knows? But let's go back to reality. This doll has been with me for a while. I had told the story where I bought this doll at. This doll was bought originally at Tickle Pink, Altiller Boulevard, years ago. And I bought this one out Tiller Boulevard, and I bought it from the guy. I met Tony. He was pretty cool. I also met Randy, but I met Tony first. That's where I got the doll at. I found the upstairs part. Looks like a sort of like an attic part in a small area. That's where it would be like an attic part. I believe this store was actually once a house, but they turned it into a thrift store or novelty store. It's more like a mini-mobilia store. I can't pronounce it correctly, but they sell everything from outdated stuff to updated stuff, from anything from the early days, from the 30s, all the way up to maybe 2000 and beyond that. But I had this doll for a while. When I had her, she didn't have any clothes. The original dress should have been one of the old white dresses with the flower designs. I could not find that. This is, I promise to tell you, is a real nickel blocker doll. It does not have the name tag on it. And you can tell because actually this doll is painted like that, and this is a very old doll. And I can tell you this is not a preschool version. This is not a re-release version. This is actually one of the early ones for probably 1970. It is one of the earlier dolls, and I can tell you to prove it. You can tell it's one of the earlier dolls. You can tell by the way it's faded here from over the years, that the pattern on this part of the black shoe is faded a little bit. That's how you can tell it's an old doll from the early 70s, maybe early 60s probably. Now I say keep watching, more to come because there will be more new episodes. We still got anniversaries left to go before the last one is told before the end of the month on July the 31st. And who will that be? But we still have to do the ones from what's coming up next. Who will be the next one for tomorrow on July the 28th of 2022? Watch and find out. This is the real Creepy Doll Man saying to all the fans out there, goodbye, and God bless you all.